Hey guys, today I'm gonna be doing a underwater review of the new 6th Sense 10-inch ridge worm, and I'm gonna be comparing it against another popular worm around where I fish, and it's a 13-inch ribbon tail Florida 5.0 made by Gambler. And I just want to see what the difference is in action and how they perform, and see if they float or what. There's a lot of big hype around this big worm from 6th Sense. So anyways, we have it in, so I'm gonna show y'all what this worm looks like. So here it is, as y'all can see. It's the new ridge worm, and this one is in a plum fleck. So let's just get into it and see what they look like. I have no idea what they look like underwater, but I thought it would be kind of cool to show y'all what it would look like. Now I'm just gonna rig this up pretty simple. I'm not gonna rig it up like you should, bigger head and all that stuff. I'm just gonna rig it up pretty simple. And whenever you get ready to go fish it or whatever, of course you're gonna rig it up a little bit differently, but this will kind of give y'all an idea of what they're gonna look like underwater. All right, so as you can see, it doesn't float. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Most worms don't float. That little tail, though, with it being so thin, it kind of just like, any way you move it, it just kind of swims. I do like that. And I can imagine, in real moving water and stuff, that little tail, with it being so paper thin, it's probably just gonna sit there and wiggle around and probably glide back and forth through the water, I would imagine. But all in all, I mean, it's an all right looking worm. I don't see anything real special about it. It puts off some pretty good action, but all in all, it's just like your basic typical big worm. I mean, it's big. I don't know, with it being paper thin like that, if if it's gonna put out any more action than what it is right there. But anyways, there's your basic look at it being under the water and what it would look like. So yeah, not bad, not a bad looking worm at all. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the Gambler and see how it looks underwater. I'm just trying to get an idea of the difference underneath the water of some of these big worms. And these, the Gambler is a pretty popular worm around our state as far as big worms go. That and the Zoom mag worms. But anyways, this is another popular one. So we're gonna see how this looks. And like I said, this one's a little bit bigger. So we'll see how this one compares to the new 6th Sense. All right, so y'all can see this is the Gambler 13-inch ribbon tail Florida 5.0. All right, so let's see how this one compares in the water. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. This worm floats. Huh. It's not laying completely down, so that's kind of interesting. that could make a big difference in the water. And that just standing up in deep water, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, that's right there. I see why a lot of people fish with this thing now. I've never fished with it. I just know it's popular around where I fish at, and I see why. You know, you throw one off in a big point, in a deep point, and it's just sitting there, and it's standing up pretty much. Fish are gonna grab that, especially a big old hungry bass. So, I mean, it's just sitting there kind of just floating around in a circle. It's not ever really just laying down though, which I find to be pretty interesting. So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Like I said, I'm not into really fishing big worms like this. I kind of stick with your normal size worms and finesse worms. But that right there is pretty interesting. And that little tail at the end, the ribbon tail, puts off a lot of action. So, anyways, I just thought I'd do a quick review on both of these and kind of show y'all an idea of the difference. I have to say, I kind of like this one better than I do the 6 cent worm, all because of the way it sits up like that. It don't just fall down flat to the bottom. So that's that one. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and add another one in here. I have another big bait, and if I can find it real quick. Y'all have to give me a minute. Ah, here they are. These are another good bait. I've never fished this size of one, but I have fished the smaller version, and I know the smaller version does real well. So I am kind of curious to see what this one will do, but this right here is the Magnum Christie Critter in a 7.75, so 7 3/4, and it's in a June bug color. And like I said, I've fished the smaller version, which I think is like a 3 1/4 or something. Hold on. The smaller one is, 4 1/2. So let's take a look at this and see how this looks underwater. And like I said, the way I'm rigging these is not the way that I would fish them. This is just the way that it'd be easiest just to show in here how they would look underwater. So this is the Christie Critter, and so that one kind of floats too. I mean, it don't really just like fall directly over like the other worm, you know, the 6 cent worm, it falls directly over. But I mean, that thing looks pretty cool underwater. How it just kind of stands up in the air like that, and all the appendages and stuff kind of move around. So yeah, that's really cool. I like that. And that color looks really good underwater, by the way. But how it just stands up like that, I mean, that is, I don't know a whole lot of worms, you know. I know Z-Man, I know a lot of their stuff sits up, but theirs is finesse. I mean, these right here are some big worms and stuff, so I didn't think that they would stand up like that. I kind of figured they'd just sink like that, like the 6 cent did. I expected it to just get there and fall over, but they're not. So that's real cool. I like that. anyways, like I said, I don't fish a whole lot of these real big worms like this. I just thought it would be cool to kind of show and kind of get an idea of what the differences look like underwater. I am going to be fishing with them, giving them a shot during probably next summer, because I'll be doing a lot of point fishing then, so it'll be worth a shot. But anyways, I just thought it'd be cool to show y'all what it looked like underwater, especially I know everybody's got a lot of hype around that new 6 cent worm. So I thought I'd just compare a few and show y'all what they look like. Anyways, let me know what y'all think. What did y'all think which one did y'all think had the best action? Which one looked better to y'all underwater? You know, if y'all have any other worms or maybe jigs or something like that y'all would like me to show an underwater view of, let me know, and I'll be happy to do them. All right, anyways, thank y'all, and be sure to hit that thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't. Let's get this channel growing and keep it growing. Thank y'all once again, and have a blessed night.